Yeah, there's 8 enemies. And they're level 17. Okay. It looked like I got hit by that. Okay, so that went really well. First try. Alright. He didn't fail any of the fights, right? I didn't have to reload? I don't think. Did he? No. Yeah, the whole area I didn't have to... Did I die once? I don't remember. Anyways, he has not read any skill books. I did use the liquid time, and that did help because I didn't have a flank on the flamer. So I wanted to, I don't know why I wanted to kill him first. I think because I don't know, is it because he had the most health? I don't know exactly why. I think because I wanted to get better aim on him and also get into cover so I get a 10% aim bonus. But like I said, I counted I know that there's about 8 enemies in here already. And yeah, I talked about where there's turrets. You don't have to worry about the game ending as long as you're not in range of that. So yeah, the game hasn't crashed yet from Chain Ambush. These are his... I'm not using the Death Lance. I have the Red Dragon. I'm not really using that anymore. The Megascope has been really useful because it only costs 4 action points and it's multiple enemies at once. Good against robots. Eventually I'll want to get Microwave Research, possibly Overcharge also. This will really ramp up the damage for the Megascope, especially against robots, because robots have high armor. So this gives you a big damage boost against them. Also, I'm going to, if I want to do skill book abuse for the DLCs, which I probably will, because those places are going to be really tough, I'll get Structural Weakness for more damage against robots. This will really make the Megascope very powerful. not only getting structural weakness, but investing heavily into mechanics, using the skill book reset trick to get lots of skill points. Also, animals and mutants. Cult of Holy Detonation has a lot of mutants with massive health pools. They resist fire, they resist shock damage, they resist cold damage, they resist physical damage because their armor values get so high when they get radiated. The only thing they don't resist is explosive damage. So I'll probably have a sniper with explosive damage if I want to try to get through that area. I don't even know if it's possible with a solo sniper. But this gives a huge damage. Some of the animals and mutants have huge amounts of health, like the frogs for instance. Survival will give you huge damage increases, especially if you take this perk. Same as mechanics. These two should be taken on damage dealers if you have points to spare on them, or you're going to do skill book abuse. I'm going to get the freeze ray and convert it to fire. Then it'll do 60% bonus damage against organics, and it functions like the megascope where it can hit multiple enemies at once. It also has a risky shot on it, and I'll use a different sniper for ambushing. An eliminator I think is the best one. Later on with the draw perk I can get ray tracer, and I believe you can reload that for 1 AP. There might be some other snipers that do that also. Hot rivet rifle is also a nice cone sniper you can get to hit multiple enemies at once. I'll get heating element. I'll also invest in weird science, so that'll increase the damage of the freeze ray, because I'll change it to fire. So toaster repair, microwave research for megascope, overcharge for megascope and freeze ray, mechanics and survival for damage against robots, mutants, and animals, and I'll also be investing in explosives when I eventually do skill book abuse. This character hasn't respec'd, he hasn't read any skill books yet. I am using Vengeful Bond. Later on I won't need this. When I get the Gary Wolf's book, I can read that and get the crit up to 100%. Chain ambush, I don't have concentration. Masterful Precision, I haven't really made use of Mark Target at all. I kind of regret getting this. I don't think I've used it once successfully against anything. I literally don't think I've used this once. So that was kind of a waste. I got this early. I'm using the Ranger's General Hat. If you don't have that, you can go for the crit hat, or you could also go for a high aim hat because you want to make sure your hits land. There's one under the bazaar that has 6 aim instead of 5, so that would be better. But this works just fine, plus 5 to aim. I'm using the Rabbit's Paw, but there's much better trinkets, especially if you start with some of the duos. I'll smoke cigarettes, take a food item to get my AP up to 14. So it's got a base of 11, and then this pushes it up to 12. The cigarettes are 10% crit chance, and then the Vengeful Bond gives plus 2 more action points. That pushes it up to 14, so you can do a regular shot with this and then go into chain ambush. I'm gonna clip this video, but if you saw the live stream through the whole area, there's times where I switched to the black star. That way I don't kill the last enemy with chain ambush. When there's 4 enemies, like you know, if there's 5 enemies, I shoot them with the Argent, and then I switch to the black star, ambush, hopefully kill 3, then there's 1 left. And the one you choose to shoot, try to calculate which one, because you don't know which one you're going to attack first. So kind of try to shoot the one that's most threatening to you, if that makes sense, because you don't know which of the other 3 you're going to shoot, and then the one that's most threatening might not get ambushed and kill you. So try to target the most threatening one with this. That way that one's not alive when you start the ambush, or at the end of the ambush. This is the gear, scout pants. I get these very early. I have 0.8 combat speed. Evasion is lower, but he's a glass cannon anyway, so he almost can't survive a hit from anybody. So the combat speed is very important. The knuckles, I don't have any proficiency in brawling, but I use it for 0.5 combat speed. Combat speed is 3.2 while the knuckles are equipped. It's 2.7 without them. Also, if I invest more points into brawling, I can get my combat speed even higher. So you can get your combat speed really, really high without actually investing anything in speed. That way your damage dealers can be mobile. It's a good way to do that. This hat has threat intelligence, 25% more damage with melee and ranged. The -6 armor doesn't matter. Vital enhancer, I got this early. Luckily I got a pheromone sac, I don't know how. This is plus 45 to health with no downside. And yeah, just the rabbit's paw. The sniper has titanium cobalt barrel. I took a weaker barrel and using scrap I turned it into the strong one. Scopes, same thing, you can turn the crappy scopes into max scopes. Underbarrel for more hit chance, it's very important, you don't want to miss. I put this on, magazine size +2. Remember that you can switch to the black star, or you shoot before the battle starts. That way you get your clip to what you want. So let's assume there were 7 enemies in here. That means I want my clip to be 6. So what I would do is shoot like something, a box or a door or whatever, or these guys on the ground. It's not working. So I would target an object, like see, I can target this, shoot it like that. Attack mode, see, I can attack it, and then that brings my clip down to 6. So then when I enter the battle with 7 enemies, this battle was 8 enemies. Enter the battle with 7 enemies, I shoot one, then overwatch, and I kill 5, and then there's 1 left. And then after next turn I kill him. Gotta be far away enough so the enemies can't get you. Works a lot better if you have a team that can protect you, obviously. And that's pretty much it. He's missing a lot of gear that can make him much more powerful, but it is what it is. That's the first time I actually used a drug buff for a battle, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the first time he's used drugs in the entire playthrough. Snowballs can, if you have a weak enemy, you can use this before battle. If the enemies are hostile, if they have a red health bar, you can throw this at them to build up your strike rate. So you can have a precision strike ready against an enemy with high evasion. And you could also use these in battle for only 2 action points to remove fire on a teammate, to remove fire on yourself, or to charge your strike rate. It doesn't need to be a yellow snowball, but the yellow snowballs have a chance to apply debuffs on the enemies. And I think that's pretty much it. He does have some cheese going. He's got +5 to evasion. Hasn't really come into... don't really think he's gotten any use out of that, but it's there. 0.10 combat speed, that's helpful. Third eye, that's from the clone quest. He's got hit and kitten +3% critical chance, +2% from Major Tomcat. These could be much higher, and I could have gotten the double animal buffs, so he could be much more powerful. And he will be in the future, but this is, like I said, no skill books are read. And that's pretty much it. What level is he? He's level 13, and he just fought level 17 enemies. The skill checker, I believe, is level 17. I'm going to start working on awareness to get the damage and aim higher. You don't need luck to be pushed to 11 with the Ranger hat. I like it because I like lucky actions, I like lucky evasions. The mega crits are usually unnecessary overkill damage, but they're fun too. Any leftover points I have after getting awareness up, I won't be pushing awareness to 11. I'll probably put points in strength so we can survive. I don't think I'll be pushing intelligence up to 11. So yeah, get awareness up here, and then I'm gonna put points into strength for some survivability. Sadomasochist, goat killer. The damage versus humans might be a better one. Way the Squeezins would technically be better than this because you don't receive more damage. So the problem is after every fight the buff goes away. You don't see that purple icon anymore, so you have to save and reload to have it come back. That's kind of time consuming, especially if you have slow load times. I'm on a PS4. If you're on a PC with really fast load times, not really a big deal, but you get 3% more damage with Sadomasochist, but you take a lot more damage. I think that's it. The Tarjan tokens can give him more buffs, more evasion, stuff like that. So yeah, I think I could just take away a mark target. Maybe for bosses I'll keep it. Anyways, that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask, and I'll try to answer them. I can't guarantee I'll be able to answer them, but I'll try. And yeah, that's it.